The person who is going to destroy you financially, ruin your reputation, or break you mentally is not some stranger waiting in a dark alley. That person is sitting at your dinner table. They're probably texting you right now, maybe with a heart emoji or a thinking of you message. And that is exactly why 500 years ago, a political strategist named Niccolò Machiavelli would tell you they are the most dangerous threat in your life. See, we are evolutionarily wired to fear the obvious threat, the scowl, the raised voice, the monster under the bed. But real danger comes with a compliment, an offer to help, and a smile you never ask to question. Today I am going to use Machiavelli's framework, the same framework that got him exiled, banned, and called the most dangerous mind in Europe, to perform an autopsy on your social circle. I am going to show you 7 types of people you need to surgically remove from your life, not just distance yourself from, but surgically remove like a tumor. Because here is the uncomfortable truth. They are already inside your walls. They are Trojan horses living rent-free in your psyche, and by the end of this you will know exactly who they are. But I have to warn you, there is an 8th person on this list, the most dangerous of all, and I will not reveal who that is until the very end. Stay with me. All right, let us start the autopsy. I have organized these 7 types into 3 categories. The first 3 are what I call the takers. They drain your resources. The next 2 are the identity destroyers. They attack who you are. And the final 2 are the replacers. They want to become you or erase you entirely. Let us start with the most insidious of the takers. Type 1. The weaver of covert debts. You know that friend who's always doing nice things for you, always picking up the tab, always offering to help you move, always showing up with a gift you did not ask for. On the surface, they seem like the most generous person in your life. But Machiavelli would look at that person and see something very different. He would see a loan shark. Here is what the weaver of covert debts understands that most people do not. Debt is a chain stronger than steel. Every time you accept their unsolicited help, every time you take that gift, every time you let them do you a favor, you are signing an invisible contract, a contract you never agreed to but will absolutely be held to. I call it the covert contract. They give without being asked because they are not giving. They are purchasing. They are buying your loyalty, your time, your future submission, and the invoice always comes due. You will know you are dealing with a weaver when you try to set a boundary, any boundary, and you hear that phrase, "After all I have done for you." Suddenly all that generosity has a price tag, and you realize you have been in debt this entire time without knowing it. So what is the solution? It is brutally simple. Stop accepting free things. If you did not ask for it, politely reject it. If you cannot reject it, pay it back immediately. They buy you dinner, you buy them a drink 10 minutes later, you cancel the debt before it compounds. Machiavelli wrote that a prince must never put himself in a position where he owes his power to another. The same applies to you. Never owe your peace of mind to someone else's generosity, because it was never generosity. It was a down payment on your freedom. Now, the weaver takes your resources, but the next type takes something even more valuable, something you can never get back once it is gone. Type 2. The information spy. Have you ever met someone who shared their deepest secrets with you within an hour of meeting them? They tell you about their trauma, their relationship problems, their family drama, maybe even their darkest thoughts, and it feels intimate. It feels like instant connection, like you have found someone who really gets you. But here is what is actually happening. They are hacking you. Machiavelli wrote extensively about the importance of secrecy. A prince, he said, must keep his intentions obscured, because if your enemy knows your fears, they know exactly where to strike. The information spy understands this instinctively. They use what I call false vulnerability as a social hacking tool. Here is how the hack works. When someone shares something intimate with you, there is a psychological pressure to reciprocate. It is called the norm of reciprocity. They tell you a secret. You feel obligated to tell them one back. They share trauma. You share trauma. Before you know it, they have a file on you. Every fear, every weakness, every skeleton in your closet. And here is the terrifying part. They will use it. Maybe not today, maybe not even this year. But when the relationship sours, and it will, they have ammunition. They will use your secrets to destroy your reputation. They will rewrite history to paint themselves as the victim and you as the villain. And you handed them every bullet. The solution is a technique called grey rocking. Become boring. Do not share your information. Be polite, be friendly, but reveal nothing of substance. And here is the test. Watch their reaction when you do not reciprocate their vulnerability. A genuine person will respect your privacy. An information spy will pressure you. They will push. They will ask probing questions because your silence is breaking their hack. The weaver takes your resources through fake generosity. The spy takes your secrets through fake intimacy. But the next type, they take your energy, and they are relentless. Type 3. The architect of misfortune. Every single time you talk to this person, they are in a crisis. Their car broke down. Their boss is unfair. Their ex is crazy. Their health is failing. Their landlord is evil. The universe itself seems to be conspiring against them. At first, you feel sympathy. You want to help. You offer advice, you lend them money, you spend hours on the phone listening to their problems, but nothing ever changes. Because here is what Machiavelli understood. Some people are not unlucky. They are architecturally devoted to their own destruction. Machiavelli wrote, "Avoid the unlucky." It sounds cold, it sounds heartless, but he was not being cruel, he was being observational. Bad luck, he noted, is practically contagious. Not because of supernatural forces, but because people who consistently make poor decisions will inevitably drag down anyone close enough to catch the shrapnel. The architect of misfortune has a pattern. It is not a bad month, it is a bad decade. Their problems are usually the result of poor planning, impulsiveness, and an absolute refusal to change. And here is the key insight. They do not want a solution. They want a witness. They want someone to watch their suffering because the suffering has become their identity. If you try to solve their problems, they will find reasons why your solutions will not work. If you pull back, they will guilt you. You are the only one who understands me. Everyone else has abandoned me. They are drowning, and they will pull you under with them. The solution is observation. Ask yourself, is this a rough patch or is this a pattern? Have they been in crisis mode for months, years, a decade? Can you trace their problems back to their own decisions? If the answer is yes, you cannot save them. No one can save someone who is addicted to their own destruction. You have to walk away. Those are the takers. The weaver takes your freedom through debt. The spy takes your secrets through fake intimacy. The architect takes your energy through endless crisis. But these three are amateurs because the next two types do not just take from you. They attack who you are. Let me show you the identity destroyers. Type 4. The mirror. This person agrees with everything you say. Your opinions become their opinions. Your taste becomes their taste. You say you love a movie, they love it too. You say you hate a political figure, suddenly they have always hated them. They are a perfect reflection of you, and on the surface, it feels amazing. Finally, someone who gets it, someone who is on your wavelength, someone who validates everything you believe. But Machiavelli would tell you to run. In The Prince, Machiavelli wrote extensively about flatterers. He called flattery the plague of royal courts, because flattery does not serve you. Flattery insulates you from reality. It makes you weak, blind, and eventually disposable. The mirror has no identity of their own. They are a chameleon who survives by reflecting the most powerful person in the room. Today that person is you, but tomorrow it might be your enemy. And the mirror will agree with your enemy just as enthusiastically as they once agreed with you. The danger is not just that they are disloyal. The danger is that they have no capacity for loyalty. They are not hiding their real opinions from you. They do not have real opinions. They have survival instincts dressed up as friendship. Here is how you test for a mirror. Intentionally state a wrong or controversial opinion, something you do not actually believe. Watch if they agree. Then, in the same conversation, casually contradict yourself. Take the opposite position. If they shift with you, if they follow your contradiction without missing a beat, you're looking at someone with no backbone, no conviction, no loyalty, and no place in your inner circle. The mirror attacks your identity by making you think you are surrounded by agreement when you are actually surrounded by emptiness. But the next type attacks you directly. They weaponize honesty itself. Type 5. The moral assassin. I'm just being honest. I'm saying this because I care about you. I'm not trying to be mean, but you know exactly who I'm talking about. The person who delivers devastating insults gift-wrapped in moral authority. They hide cruelty behind religion, behind wellness, behind your best interest. They will tell you that you have gained weight because they care about your health. They will criticize your partner because they want what is best for you. They will tear apart your dreams because they are being realistic. Machiavelli understood that words can be weapons, and the most effective weapons are the ones that look like medicine. The moral assassin has positioned themselves as a judge over your life. They are above you, looking down, dispensing wisdom that always seems to tear you down. And here is the mechanism. Every time they attack you, you feel the need to defend yourself, to justify, to explain. But the moment you start justifying, you have already lost, because justifying means you have accepted that you are on trial and they are the judge. Their goal is not your improvement. Their goal is your dependence. They want to destroy your self-confidence so completely that you start needing their approval to feel okay. You become addicted to their validation because they control the supply of your self-worth. The solution is simple but difficult. Stop justifying yourself the moment they deliver one of their honest criticisms. Respond coldly and directly. I did not ask for your opinion. Do not explain. Do not defend. Do not engage. You are removing yourself from the courtroom entirely. There is no trial here because you never accepted their authority to judge. The mirror attacks your identity through false agreement. The moral assassin attacks it through weaponized criticism. Both are dangerous. But we are about to enter the territory of people who are not just attacking you, they are trying to replace you entirely. These are the replacers, and one of them is the most dangerous type on this entire list. Type 6. The neutral saboteur. This person is friends with you and friends with your enemy at the same time. When conflict arises, they say things like, I do not want to get involved, or I see both sides, or there is truth on both ends. It sounds diplomatic, it sounds mature, but Machiavelli would tell you it is a death sentence. Machiavelli wrote that neutrality in the face of conflict leads to ruin, not just because neutrals are useless, but because their neutrality is never actually neutral. When someone refuses to take your side against someone who has wronged you, they have made a choice. They have chosen themselves. They have chosen to preserve their relationship with both parties, which means they have prioritized their social comfort over your protection. But here is the dangerous part. The neutral saboteur is a leak in your vessel. They talk to you. They talk to the other side. They stay out of it while quietly feeding information both ways. Your secrets end up with your enemy. Your enemy's strategies end up delivered to you as friendly advice. They are a double agent who serves no one but themselves. The solution is confrontation, not aggressive confrontation, but clarity. Force a choice. This person has wronged me. I need to know where you stand. Watch how they respond. If they dodge, if they deflect, if they insist on staying neutral, they have already answered. They have chosen to be unreliable, and unreliable people do not deserve access to your life, your plans, or your vulnerabilities. The neutral saboteur is dangerous because they pretend loyalty does not matter. But the final type, before our eighth and most dangerous person, they are something else entirely. They do not just want to stay neutral, they want to become you. Type 7. The envious mimic, the most dangerous. This one starts with admiration. They seem like a fan. They love your style, your ideas, your circle. They ask questions about how you do things. They want to learn from you. It feels flattering. Then they start copying you. They dress like you. They talk like you. They adopt your mannerisms. They befriend your friends. They pursue your goals. And slowly, disturbingly, they start trying to replace you. Now, I need to make an important distinction here. There is a difference between jealousy and envy. Jealousy is wanting what you have. Envy is wanting you not to have it. The envious mimic is pure envy. They do not just want your life, they want to take it from you because every time they look at you, they are reminded of everything they lack. You are a mirror that reflects their own emptiness, and they hate you for it. This relationship will always end in betrayal. It has to. The mimic can never become the authorized copy while the original still exists. At some point, they will turn on you. They will try to destroy your reputation, steal your opportunities, or sabotage your relationships, not because you did something wrong, but because you exist. The solution is what I call starve the copy. Stop giving them the blueprint. Hide your true intentions. Obscure your plans. Stop sharing your strategies, your ideas, your next moves. Let them copy the public version of you while you evolve privately in a direction they cannot follow. And if they have already gotten too close, if they are already embedded in your social circle, this is one of the cases where the guillotine is necessary, a complete, immediate cut. This relationship is not healthy for me. I wish you the best. Then silence. Total silence. No explanation, no debate. No second chances. All right, we have identified all 7 types: the weaver of covert debts, the information spy, the architect of misfortune, the mirror, the moral assassin, the neutral saboteur, the envious mimic. But I promised you there was an 8th person, the most dangerous of all. And some of you already know who I'm about to name. It is you. These people did not break into your life. You invited them in. You held the door open, and you kept holding it open even when you saw the warning signs. The question we have to confront now is, why? Here is the uncomfortable truth. Your weaknesses are magnets for specific types of toxic people. If you have a savior complex, if you derive your self-worth from fixing and rescuing others, you're going to attract the architect of misfortune every single time. Their endless crises are catnip for your need to be needed. And you will stay long past the point of reason because walking away feels like abandoning them, which feels like abandoning your own value. You will also attract the weaver of covert debts because saviors love to give and weavers love to take. They will let you give and give and give, and then one day they will flip the script and act like you owe them. If you have a fear of solitude, if an empty room terrifies you more than a room full of fake friends, you're going to attract the neutral saboteur and the information spy. You will keep people around who leak your secrets and refuse to stand by you because having someone feels better than having no one. Machiavelli wrote that a strong leader must be able to stand alone. Most people cannot, and toxic people know this. If you have a desperate need for validation, if you do not know your own value and are waiting for someone else to tell you what it is, you are going to attract the mirror. You will surround yourself with people who agree with everything you say, because that agreement feels like proof that you matter. But you have not found allies. You have found reflections, and reflections vanish the moment you step away from the mirror. The seventh person is not the most dangerous person on this list. You are, because you are the common denominator in every toxic relationship you have ever had. This is not blame. This is power. Because if the problem is external, if toxic people just randomly appear in your life like bad weather, you are helpless. You are a victim of circumstance. But if the problem is internal, if there is something in you that is attracting these people, then you can fix it. You can change the signal you're broadcasting. You can close the gates of the fortress instead of leaving them wide open for anyone with a smile. So, how do you actually remove these people? This is where most people make a critical mistake. They confront. They sit the toxic person down. They explain everything. They list grievances. They try to talk it out. And what happens? Drama, denial, counter-accusations. The toxic person now has fuel. They have a narrative. They become the victim of your sudden attack. Machiavelli would not confront. Machiavelli would fade. The Machiavellian fade is a four-part strategy for surgically removing people without giving them ammunition. Part 1. The starvation diet. Every toxic type feeds on something specific. The spy feeds on information. The architect feeds on your emotional energy. The weaver feeds on your acceptance of their gifts. Stop feeding them. Give the spy nothing personal. Give the architect no emotional engagement. Return the weaver's gifts immediately. When you starve the dynamic, the relationship dies naturally. Part 2. The slow reply. This is gradual distancing through time. Today, you respond after 6 hours. Next week, 24 hours. The week after that, 3 days. You are not ignoring them. You are just busy. You're slowly training them to expect less of you while giving them no specific incident to react to. Part 3. The emotional firewall. When you do interact, be polite but impenetrable. I am good, thanks. Nothing much. Same old. Grey. Boring. No hooks for them to grab onto, no drama for them to leverage. You become a wall they cannot climb. Part 4. The guillotine. This is reserved for extreme cases. The envious mimic who is actively trying to replace you, the moral assassin who has made it their mission to destroy your self-worth. When someone is this toxic, gradual fading is not enough. You need a clean, immediate cut. One message, one line. This relationship is not healthy for me. I wish you the best. Then total silence. Block if necessary. No explanation, because explanations become debates. No second chances, because second chances become 23rd chances. The guillotine is not cruel, it is surgery. You are removing something that will kill you if you leave it in. Here is what is going to happen after you do this. After you fade out the feeders and cut out the truly dangerous ones, you are going to feel empty, bored, maybe even lonely. And I need you to understand something. That emptiness is not emptiness. That is peace. You have been living with so much noise, so much drama, so much energy going toward managing toxic dynamics that you have forgotten what silence feels like. That silence is not a void to be filled. It is space. Space for people who actually deserve you. People who are dangerous in a good way. Loyal, strong, honest without being cruel. People who have their own identity and do not need to steal yours. But you will not find those people until you make room for them. And you cannot make room until you remove the people currently occupying it. So, here is my challenge for you this week. Identify one person on this list who is currently in your life, just one, and start the starvation diet. Stop feeding the dynamic. Watch what happens when you withdraw the supply they have been depending on. Their reaction will tell you everything you need to know. And remember, the 8th person, the most dangerous person on this list, is you. You are the gatekeeper. You decide who gets access to your life, your energy, your secrets, and your future. Close the gates of your fortress. Guard them carefully, because you are the only one who can. If this video helped you identify someone in your life, I need you to do two things. First, save this video. Bookmark it because you are going to want to come back to it. You're going to meet someone 6 months from now and something will feel off, and you're going to need this framework to figure out what. Second, if you found this valuable, hit subscribe. I release deep dive psychological content every week. Content that helps you see the patterns that most people miss. Content that treats you like you are smart enough to handle uncomfortable truths. If that sounds useful, subscribe and hit the bell so you do not miss the next.